Hey YouTube, how has everyone's week been? I wanted to do an update on the daily routine like a week or so in, but it's been a really busy, really hectic week for me, hence my delay in filming this. But I have given it a go and wanted to share my initial thoughts. So pretty quickly, I realized that there were a few things that I needed to do on a day-to-day basis that I had forgot to include in my routine. So I had to pencil those things in. And I kind of knew that would happen, and I had somewhat planned for it by leaving some empty time slots in my routine, not really knowing at the time how I wanted to fill those time slots. So my first recommendation, if you plan to create your own daily routine, is to do just that. Maybe create a preliminary routine that leaves some free time, because inevitably you'll realize that you forgot to include something, or maybe discover that you were more productive at certain things in the evening rather than the morning when you initially planned to do that. So don't just create your schedule and have that be the end all be all. Try to be a little bit flexible and open to the fact that you might find that the initial schedule you create for yourself may not be the best fit for yourself, and you might need to play around with it a bit, just like I had to. So the biggest challenge for me by far was getting up on time, because I had a hard time going to bed on time. I'm a night owl and midnight is just too damn early for me. But unfortunately, I need at least 8 hours of sleep to function normally, and the only way for me to not sleep all morning is for me to go to bed at a somewhat reasonable hour. Otherwise, adhering to a somewhat consistent daily routine made me feel a lot more productive. It was nice to get a lot done in the mornings. I used to wake up, and even though I still had the same amount of stuff to do, I would lay around watching TV or scrolling social media for hours. And I wouldn't actually get my day started until either late morning or early afternoon. So I always felt like I was rushing to get things done. And now that I think about it, that's probably why I was forgetting a lot of things. The other thing I noticed, usually in the evenings, I will watch TV to wind down, and I actually enjoyed it more. It didn't just feel like a mindless activity, maybe because I wasn't wasting my time by watching TV or ignoring other things because of it. So I thought that was an interesting side effect. So the schedule that I initially created was one single schedule that I had planned to follow Monday through Friday, and a separate one for Saturdays and Sundays. But I actually had to redo that schedule because I felt like having a single schedule that was meant to cover every day of the week didn't make a lot of sense for me at all. For me, every day is different. I have things going on some days that aren't going on other days, so it made more sense to redo my schedule for each day of the week. It took me a bit to figure out the best way to create it, because even though most days are different from each other, there are some things that are more or less the same day to day, and days where I will either do X or Y. So for example, on days where I don't go to the gym, that's when I'd schedule in laundry. So I will link an updated copy of the schedule template I created if you're interested in that. So now that I have recreated more of a weekly daily schedule and had the chance to add in things I forgot the first time around, swap things around to work better for me, etc., I am going to continue trying to follow it and see if I notice any difference in my stress or anxiety levels, or anything else for that matter, after a few weeks. So stay tuned, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you don't want to miss that update. And leave me a comment and say hey, ask me any questions, or leave suggestions for future videos. Thanks for watching this one, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.